February 1st. It was almost 6 degrees today. And again, more snow. And a lot of wind, and it's supposed to plunge back down to minus 25 in a couple hours. Hi, welcome everyone, newcomers. I love you all. Thanks for connecting, guys. Hey, this is between the city of Sinus Iridum. Yes, this is the haze. This is ground level. We've landed. I'm serious. In X-ray. Let's zoom in to the X-ray shot. We're on the surface in Sinus Iridum, between the platform-like areas that looked like structures that are now, we know, are filled with these geometrical shapes and objects. They are very geometrical. Look, guys, we're on the surface. What you're actually looking at are all the building-like structures or objects that are sprawled out over top of the city that I found in Sinus Iridum. So we're looking at Sinus Iridum. We're looking at the literal structures that are between the platform-like objects, which actually form a city. But on top of these platform-like surfaces that we're seeing white, that look like ejecta, that are described as being ejecta, described as being ejecta for many years. I'm not lying, it's what's out there. Look at it closely. It's buildings. The buildings are all amongst the big platform-like areas behind Bianchini Crater. This is exactly northeast of Bianchini Crater behind Sinus Iridum. And here is Bianchini Crater itself. You can see all the beautiful structuring and buildings that are around it. It's real, guys. It's on the surface. I wonder how long it will take for, everyone in the world to actually realize it. Of course, it needs to come from a credible source. I understand that. But for those who do appreciate it and do put their trust in me to at least know one thing and one thing only, and that is that I'm not manipulating this in any way to try to bring about structures being on the moon. Yeah, it's a dream. I always said I wish there were structures on the moon because it's such a beautiful thing to me. But I would never fabricate structures and put them on the moon. I assure you I'm legitimate, and that these photos and all the footage that I get on the surface of the moon is untampered with. I always like doing 3D animation, right? And this is a 3D photo. So the photo, I put it in 3D now, and this is what we're going to be looking at right now. And thanks for the suggestion from one of my brothers in the community, of course, that suggested me to redo the city and the structures of Sinus Iridum that in 3D, of course. And I did. I put it through the 3D processing, and well worth the time too, because of course we see more of the detail, and the reality of the surface is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful secret. So for those just arriving, I'm going to try to give you an idea, to try to comprehend how close exactly we are. In the Sinus Iridum photos and video that I showed you all, we were very close. And now I'm inside of, not that photo, but inside of the same exact area between the structures and platforms that we're seeing that look like structures that are actually filled with these beautiful structures on the surface. This is something else, guys. Now, viewing this 3D photo with the very particular magnifying lens. I love you, Grandpa. These are for stamps. Different magnifying lenses have different magnifications. Now, guess what? I'm seeing a blur. Yes, a blur between the structures that are even closer, which I thought were at ground level. They are at ground level, but there are other even smaller structures like, for example, size of houses. We can see them. And in the blur in this photo right here, guys, I know that blur is the life that's down there. We have to clarify that yet. There's life down there, guys. I believe 1 to 3 more times magnifying the surface with better, clearer, more defined images, I'll be able to see actual movement or beings if, and I said if, they are actually roaming around down there. We are going to see them. Just an amazing video. I could have made 10 videos with this. Archimedes crater wall. The black in the center between these two objects here is not darkness. It's a structure. Tower, black tower. Look at the cylinder. What looks like a cylinder or tunnel entrance on the left there, and on the right, a tower of some kind. Now listen, this would be on the side wall of the crater, so whatever it looks like a tower would be maybe more a tunnel or pipe extruding from the crater wall itself, the side wall of Archimedes crater. But look at the cylinder-like object. That is, it's mesmerizing, and we can see it very well. This is still in 3D imaging. Now we're going to go southeast of Archimedes crater. I'm serious. Now look again. We're going to see more structures close to the surface of the moon. I'm so happy I'm understanding how to clarify it now. This is scary stuff. Amazingly beautiful stuff. Take a look at that on the bottom right there as we're going down. There we go. Connections, pipes, tunnels, guys. It's all there. 1.5 years trying to clarify these white patches at the back, and finally irrefutably found it. See the black tower object? But you see, don't forget, it's sideways. There it is in the center. Another white object there, or maybe several, not sure. And here are the structures at the bottom, right there. Oh, there's structures, all right. I can see it very clearly. Again, the blurry patches between them, even closer to the surface. I'm so ecstatic about this. Going to be working on this, guys. This is incredible. There it is.
So guys,
top.
welcome. We have some great news now that we know exactly what the surface of the moon looks like. At ground level, we perceive what looks like structures, but in reality, those big, massive structures and surface platforms are what holds many cities of buildings just like here on Earth. I notice a very special, this is amazing, a very special type of surface on the moon that has certain dome-like objects with parking right on top, guys, crafts sitting on top of the structures to the back of Sinus Iridum. I mean, I'm putting that out there right now. The entire world's going to be like, this guy is a loony bin, except for 12 or 15 people. They're going to go. And I know who those people are, because those structures are really down there. And we know now what looks like smoke. Now, don't mistake me. Maybe there is smoke on the surface. Most likely there is. So far, in the 4 areas that I've looked where I saw smog or smoke on the surface, or blurry patches that I call them, that run through most of the structures, I looked and they're structures, buildings, just like here on Earth. Not necessarily one over the other, but very high. And they're all the same color as the surface. They have the same reflectivity as the surface. So the surface structures with the same color as the surface, you can only see a particular outline if you zoom into the photos, like I'm trying to do on these videos, which is not easy. So what happened to them? if they were living on the moon, guys, billions of people or beings, how could it not be inhabited now? How could billions of people have up and disappeared from a planet and have left it perfectly intact? Structures and all. It's not for nothing we see UFOs flying over the moon. Obviously, it's because there's activity there. If it's not inhabited, it's visited.
Check out WSO YouTube channel, see what he's getting up in the sky.